Thanks for listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast. I am your host, Mike Luke. All right, we have much to get to this show, but first, we are going to have an ethnicity reveal for Jason Shear's dog, and Ted Wardo is here front and center to watch this. What do we got, Shear? Let's talk.
I'm sorry Shear should be trending. You know why? My man is 41% pug.
41% pug.
18. So first of all, he's got 13 breeds in him. His mom was a skank.
I was going to say mom must have gotten around.
Yeah, he is. There's 5 main breeds. He's a pug Chihuahua. Those are the main 2. He's 41% pug, 18% Chihuahua, 8% Chow Chow.
Wow.
Chow Chow. Yeah, and then there's Poodle and Spaniel in there. But he's basically a pug Chihuahua. Wow. He's going to be 13 to 25 pounds.
I am stunned by this. All of this is stunning information right here.
The biggest stunner in all of this, seriously, there isn't 1% of boxer in him. I thought he was a boxer. He's got no
boxer as well.
Yeah, none. No boxer at all.
Can we get a recount?
This thing is really cool. Like, I kind of want to do it for all the dogs. Like, they do genetic conditions. They do what size will be. They do, like, he's got, if you go in the system and you did this, they'll tell you if his DNA matches with any other dog. So, like, we know that he's 7% matching with another dog in San Diego. It's like a distant cousin.
Wow, well, that's amazing. All right, well, Ted, you're dismissed now. You just wanted to see what was going on, but wow, that's stunning.
Ted is probably 100% sex symbol.
Ted is 100% Shih Tzu. Oh, hold on a second. He's stuck behind it. There you go, Ted. All right. So anyways, very good news, Shear. Very interesting news. I did not see this one coming, but hey, hold on a second. Hold on. Just talk for a second. Ted, no. These are all
Ted Eduardo is pissed at Mike.
Ted?
This is the content. This is the content that everyone pays for.
All right. There you go. Go back in my bed. All right. All right, coming back now. Sorry. This is we're all over the place here. All right, now let's get to some Arizona athletics. Okay, that was real time, El Boom. Okay, now, Shear. Where do we want? We're going to talk a lot of stuff today. We are going to talk Tommy Lloyd in the transfer portal. We are going to talk KJ Lewis. We are going to make fun of ASU, but I will say, I want to lead with ASU. I very much enjoy making fun of ASU. I get people all the time that tell me, they're like, oh, you make fun of ASU too much. I do not care. I will make fun of ASU. That is for you, Mary Ruth Farrell. This is great, though. So you've got ASU is in a massive dumpster fire right now, as far as, obviously what happened with the Ray Anderson era, the Herm Edwards era, everything. And what did they say? What did Michael Crow say? You know what? It's time to promote from within. Shear, this is amazing. I love it.
It's very interesting how it played out, because, like, a lot of people wanted Erica Barnes at Arizona, right? Mm-hmm. But Robbins flat out said when the process started, why would I promote from within? Like, I just fired Dave Hickey, warranted, not warranted, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, why would you do that? And so ASU's like, yeah, I just fired Ray Anderson. Let me hire a guy right below Ray Anderson. It's like
that is the most wild thing ever about this. And what's even better about it is Michael Crow also is saying that or Michael Crow basically didn't even have a search. This was all Michael Crow.
Did you see the new part of the plan or whatever?
No. What's the new plan? Is this the activate or save the valley?
Cartman wrote that. Here, I'm trying to find it. Here we go. There's talk at ASU about the interim AD who's moved from campus into a VP role overseeing parts of athletic. So basically, they would have an organizational chart that would place them even above the AD or right behind them. They would basically add an entire new element to the AD management, like multiple different leaders.
Is this all right, so what is the theory behind this then?
I don't know.
This is Michael Crow to a T. Instead of going out and actually finding a good athletic director, because, well, although, can you imagine that interview with Michael Crow and an athletic director where you're talking and he's like, so, like Michael Crow saying, I would like to, or, the athletic director saying, well, so, I want to try to win games. Well, at what expense would you really like to try to win games? Is it important for you to have facilities? Is it important for you to actually have an NIL? I can't even imagine how that interview would go.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it would go either. It's really weird. Like it's showing like he wants his people, and that's it. Like there is no process. It doesn't matter if they're the best people. I want my people, whether they're going to get the job done or not. Like, that's just what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I mean, he did that. I just don't know how he was. I thought, what about this mutiny we were hearing about? This obviously didn't come to pass. These guys were all fake.
Yeah. Obviously, the mutiny didn't work. I wonder what Crow. Obviously, Crow did something to appease them, right?
But so I'm also. But you know what is funny though? People that, and again, I get why somebody like Kyle Dodd is probably pretending that he likes this hire, because we saw the Jordan Simone thing where if you speak out against this ineptitude, then they say, see you later. We would never allow that, Kyle Dodd. You would always have a place here at the AZ Wildcats podcast. But this is great though. And you and I were talking about this on the phone. Can you imagine having to cover this nonsense and just knowing that you literally have a president that can't come quite out and say it, but hates sports, wants to undermine you at every single step of the way? How would you even cover that? I got to give Cartman a lot of credit on that one, at least, because Cartman's not really pulling any punches. I think his phrase was highly dubious about the.
Yeah, I mean, Chris isn't gonna BS. He doesn't care. He's got no connection to Crow, and like he said yesterday, Graham Rossini's. Everyone says he's a nice guy, but that doesn't change.
What does that mean?
Yeah, like I'm a nice guy too, but I'm not an AD, I'm not really a nice guy either.
I do not understand. No, you're not. No, Dave Hickey is a nice guy. They should have hired Dave.
Yeah. Back to Dave. I'm still trying to get Dave at Colorado State.
Nah, Dave's above that, dude. I want Dave at Colorado State. I want Dave. Dave needs to be in Power 5. That's where I'm at. Now, Chris says, who did Cartman want? Do we know?
I think he just wanted a search. Everyone wanted the UConn guy, but they screwed that up supposedly.
Yeah, well, the UConn guy, yeah, what has UConn athletics done lately or anything?
I mean, from Phoenix, went to high school there, all that, and yes. you can't get him.
Oh, by the way, did you see this thing that the financial tables and graphs of the Big 12 schools that Prim retweeted? That was very good, by the way.
That was good.
Yes, Prim, we very much like you. Even though you like Devin Booker, I will look past this. All right. So anyways, we will continue to mock ASU. Totri is going to be joining us a little bit later. Billy Gringo, there's your warning, but we will be making fun of this as well. All right. Now, I want to talk the transfer portal a little bit. We're going to get to KJ Lewis. We're going to get to, because I think we need to clear the air a little bit on KJ Lewis. But sure, I was looking at this yesterday. And it really is remarkable how good Tommy Lloyd has been at the transfer portal and a lot of these guys not being huge names. Just look at last year's team. You had Umar Ballo, leader of men, obviously was kind of an afterthought in the transfer portal, turned out to be a very, very good player. Then you also have Caleb Love. We already know where that is, obviously. Then Jaden Bradley as well. Keyshawn Johnson. This was a very, very good class. We'll go backwards, but man, this dude gets the portal. He just does.
Yeah, there's schools out there that'll basically be like, oh, this guy's the highest rated guy in the portal. I want him. Don't care how he fits. Fit means nothing to me. Or he scores 15 points. That's all I need to know.
Right.
Arizona's very picky with the portal. We've learned this because this happened last year or the year before where people go, how come Arizona's not recruiting that kid? I can't believe it. And it's like, they don't think he fits. And then you see a guy like Toby Awaka, for instance, and Arizona gets him out of nowhere, and you're like, oh, okay, I see where they're going with this. And then Chad late in the process, like there's been somewhat misses, right? Like I think Courtney Ramey was probably
okay. It wasn't like he sucked.
Right. But it is very obvious that this staff, when the offseason hits, has a plan and goes to execute that plan. And again, they've done that really well.
They've done that really well, and that is something that we obviously very much appreciate. And even look backwards, Pelle Larsson, obviously a good transfer portal guy, kind of at the last second. Courtney Ramey was kind of meh, but Justin Kier was okay coming off the bench. Said Henderson. I can't really think of anyone that sucked.
No, I mean, I don't think Courtney and Cedric were that good, but I don't know if they were bad. They were just kind of there.
They were kind of there, but that was
just kind of there.
Right. Yes. Although I will say that Ramey was the guy. That was a huge shot that Ramey made against UCLA. So I will definitely give him that one. Let's see here. On3 just came out with the worst top 10 QB list. Oh, I thought you were going to say the worst.
I saw that.
Who is it? What is it? Let me guess. Noah's not on there.
No, he's not. It's just bad. I got to find it, but it is legitimately. If it wasn't on 3 and I didn't want to get into that whole thing, I would have replied, like, what are we doing here?
I will make fun of all.
I got it right here.
All right.
Carson Beck.
Okay.
Quinn Ewers.
Okay.
We're okay. And then it goes to hell. Jackson Dart.
No.
Dylan Gabriel. Jalen Milroe. Shador. Cam Ward. Nico Amavella. Will Howard. And Garrett Nussmeier.
All right. We got to talk. How is Garrett Nussmeier better than Noah Fifita? How is first of all, the Tennessee kid? That's a projection. I do think he's going to be really, really good.
I think he's really good too. But like, how could you make that?
You can't put him above there. Will Howard. I like I said. Here's where I'm at with Noah Fifita. I might be biased, and again, we will get back to basketball. But as all you know, I'm very schizophrenic. It is a terrible list. Rudy Martinez, you are very right. Nicholas Ibarra, you are right as well. But I'm with Noah Fifita, and I might just be a homer on this. I've been a homer from day one on Fifita. I believe there is not a QB in the country I would take over Noah Fifita, period. I do not care what anybody says. They are wrong. Noah Fifita, in my opinion, I would not take anybody over him. Sheer, you thought Jaden DeLauro was better than him last year. Now, how many quarterbacks would you take over Noah Fifita this year, Jason Shear?
I don't know, like 2 or 3 maybe. Right.
All right. Not Cam. Why is Cam Ward better than him?
No, he's not. I totally get taking Quinn Ewers. I get it. And I get taking Carson Beck.
I get it. I don't like it, but I get it.
I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. That's probably the conversation, right? Like right there.
That's really it. And I don't know how you can have the Imabulili Lalu guy or whatever, even though I think he's really good. That's a total projection. You can't put him on there because of that.
No.
I do not get it. Now, again, Totri might have Jaden Rashada. Jaden Rashada wasn't on that list, was he?
No. And either was the new guy at ASU. The only Pac-12 quarterback on that list is Shador.
Which I still don't.
Why is the nationally recognized opinion or fact or whatever they call it that Shador is better than Noah? Like, why is that nationally accepted?
I will never understand that. Saul says that all the time, too. I do not understand that. Why is Shador Sanders better than Noah Fifita? Period. If Noah Fifita had started, first of all, Arizona won 10 games last year. Let's say Noah Fifita starts from day one. Sorry, this gets me very upset. But let's say Noah Fifita started from day one. What's Arizona winning then? They're definitely beating Mississippi State because Delora just gave that game away to them. Let's just say they just beat Mississippi State. So they're what, 11 and I'm trying to think here. Sorry, my brain's all over the
You're right.
So they got 11 wins last year. They would have 11 wins last year. And I think there's a good chance, too, that you have a much better chance against Washington and USC because you're not just being thrown into the fire. I would say 11-2 at the very worst.
Yeah.
Shador had better numbers.
Desiree just made her first hire, Mike.
What'd she make?
Arizona has a swim coach.
Ooh, who is it? Jason Shear?
It's the swim coach from UNLV that she hired. That I guess is a badass. Good for her not hiring. Here's the key here. She didn't hire an Arizona person. That's something. There's something to that.
There is something to that, but I will also say I'm intrigued by the UNLV hire, though, for possible future hires, Jason Shear. That's all.
Yes, but this dude, so they've won 4. I mean, it's not like they're bad. right? Like they've won 4 straight WAC titles, and he's coach of the year for 4 years in a row.
Mm-hmm. Now,
So
I got a question. I'm going to be honest.
To me, it's just interesting because there's so many Arizona swim people that she could have hired.
I'm going to be honest with you here. I don't follow swim. I don't follow
I
swim.
do. You want to know something wild? You're going to laugh. I coached high school swim.
What's that?
I coached high school swim for a year.
At Sunnyside?
Sierra Vista.
I thought you were at Sunnyside.
Buena. I taught at Sunnyside. Buena, I coached swim with a woman named Megan, who was in the Navy, slightly better swimmer than I was. But this is a good story. Shelby was pregnant, right? I got laid off from Sunnyside. I drove to Sierra Vista every day to teach and coach everything I could in order to make sure we had enough.
Swim?
I coached swim. I coached swim at Buena. I coached soccer at Buena as well.
Soccer?
Wow. Soccer I coached at Sunnyside too.
Right. Well, that's very. Oh, I had no. Dude.
I could coach. If I could coach high school soccer right now, we would win every year.
You know, I always, to give you an idea though, because I stopped growing at a very, very early age. I was actually the tallest kid in 6th grade, but growing up, and I petered out from there. It was all downhill. But I was always put at goalie during soccer because I was the biggest kid. That sucked. I hated goalie.
Yeah.
And no thanks.
I played goalie once, and maybe it was against you. This kid didn't stop running, and I put my head down to get the ball, and he never stopped running.
Did you coach film history as well?
I never did film history. Did I? No. I've coached JV basketball at Sunnyside.
Mm-hmm.
I coached varsity girls soccer at Sunnyside.
Ooh.
And swim and JV soccer at Buena. I love coaching.
Dude, I was going to say, sure, you're for the people, by the people. You're like OGs.
Yeah.
You are like, you know what you're almost a little bit like? Let's see. Do we even have this read today? Oh, we do have this read. You are like our friend Ben 1 White and OGs. Check it out. The fruits and the creams. We all know our guy, Ben 1 White, loves the fruits and the creams. Check it out, though. Again, you will thank me later on this one. Let's see here. To learn more about OG's gummies and where you can find them, head on over to OG's Brands. Must be 21 years or up to enjoy responsibly. And, oh, hold on. I'm an idiot. They just got a free read out of this. I was looking at the wrong chart. There you go. That's how much we like OGs. Shady Rays. Now, Shady Rays. Sheer, I am going to the U of A baseball game on Friday as well.
Whoa.
I am going Beta 1 White. Sorry, that was bad. I apologize. I was talking about Devin Booker being a beta, so that's kind of where it came out. But I will. Shady Rays, exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Head on over to shadyrays.com and use code PHNX for 35% off. Polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. I will be at the baseball game. I will be there. What time is it? 6?
Yeah. Why are you going?
What's that?
Not only am I going, I'm missing the Knick game to go. Well, I'm going to have the Knick game on my phone, but I'll be there.
Yes, I will be there. I am going to go there as well. Now, did you say, no, I did not, Rudy Martinez. Now, let's see one other thing, and then we'll get back to some other talk. Oh, Erica L. Day and Kobe Thiel are going to be going on a date night there, it sounds like, as well. Wow.
We'll send a beer over for you.
We will.
A couple, that is.
Now, Desert Financial Credit Union. Our good friend Ben 1 White uses Desert Financial Credit Union as well because he is a very successful person, as does anybody. All right, here's the deal. Now, hold on. Let me find this one. When you open a free checking account online, get $200 in bonuses. Get started by visiting desertfinancial.com/200 today. Desert Financial Credit Union, my friend. Okay, now, the Smiley Rainey Seattle shirts. Big news. A high-profile booster came in and I think bought like 4 of them. So it shot us all the way over the top. These things will be out there. I'm waiting for an arrival date, but we will get that to you guys as quickly as possible. We'll get to Elijah Badger in a second. But back to the portal, though. Tommy Lloyd gets the portal. I am very impressed by what Tommy Lloyd did. And you don't really quite understand it until you look back at some of the players that he's brought in, and you're like, dude, this guy really, really gets it when it comes to the portal. Not one player has sucked. Not one player.
Yeah, you're right. Like he has, and I've credited this with Tommy Lloyd for a while now. He has a plan and he executes it. And you can debate if it works all the time or whatever, but he does a very good job of assessing what the team needs, going out and addressing that in the portal. And that's what he's done again. All
right, Keyshawn Johnson. We got to give Murph. Murph, what is that guy? What does that guy know? Murph, we got to give Murph a lot of credit here. I told Murph I thought he was wrong to his face last offseason. This is true.
It is true.
Murph told me point blank that Keyshawn Johnson will be in the NBA. I told him I did not see this. I said, Murph, he averages 7 points and 5 rebounds per game, and he does not shoot threes. And Murph says, I do not care, Mike Luke. You are an idiot. He didn't say quite that, but that's essentially.
No, he did.
I mean, yeah, it was even worse than that. But yeah. Keyshawn Johnson's going to be on an NBA roster. Did you see his test? You see his testing? That was fantastic.
Yeah, of course I saw it. And he played pretty well during the scrimmage. I mean, he only had 7 points, but he made a really nice cut. His defense has been really strong. I mean, he's not going to be an all-star or anything, but he's going to get picked. I think him and Pella are going to be picked pretty close together, actually, in the second round.
All right. Pella is good. This is going to be another one. So if Pella does make an NBA roster, and again, I don't count about that two-way crap. He's actually got to be in a game. If Pella makes an NBA roster.
Big dub for Tommy Lloyd.
Huge dub for Tommy Lloyd. Another massive L for Mike Luke as well. The bad Pella. So does this become then every time he scores a basket in the NBA, does it become my bad Pella 2.0 hashtag?
Yeah, because I don't know how many baskets he's going to score.
I just don't see it.
Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. First of all, I was surprised by his athleticism testing. He tested really well. Like, he's bigger than we thought. His vertical, his standing vertical, like, way better than I thought it would be. And then he goes in the scrimmage, and he has a bad, I think it was the first quarter, awful. Like, oh, God, here's Pella. He's getting beat. And then he has a quarter where the guy couldn't guard him. He wound up going to the line 6 times, which is a lot in these scrimmages. He was defending all of a sudden. Like, Pella kind of is what he is, but that's not necessarily a bad thing all the time. Like, if you made an NBA roster, you at least know what you're getting with Pella every time he goes out there.
All right, now I will, I will apologize. I will be on the front lines apologizing if this happens. And all of you out there, you need to make fun of me relentlessly if this does occur. Because if it doesn't occur, I will be putting down my victory sword. All right, Bronny, real quick, I want to talk about Bronny for a second. Bronny, first of all, Bronny measured in at about 5'8". And I mean, a little bit different.
6'1.5". Let's be fair. 6'1.5".
Yeah, 6'1.5". LeBron is doing Bronny a massive Bronny a massive disservice, because this is, if Bronny had come back and done something and averaged like 14 points per game or something. I mean, heck, even at Duquesne and puts up numbers, you could have at least, you could have rationalized it that he's deserving of a spot. This is 1,000% nepotism, 1,000% to its T. And this is going to be something that I think LeBron is going to bring a lot of scorn on his kid for no reason.
It's just like you think higher Bronny than I do. Like
I think Bronny can play.
Yeah, I think he sucks. Right? I'm like, but even then, right? Let's say he's solid. What are you doing? Like, you're forcing a team to draft him. He's going to get drafted. You're forcing a team to draft him. The Lakers will draft him, right? And
he's going to be.
I wouldn't be surprised if a random team like the Knicks draft him and then be like, haha, we have your son. Now you got to come play for us, LeBron. You know what I mean?
And he's going to be mocked and ridiculed. He's putting his kid in a terrible position because everybody knows. I actually don't think Bronny sucks. I think if Bronny was in the NBA or in college for a couple years, I think Bronny could make a roster. But be that
okay, yeah. So that's what, but that's what we're talking about. Like, I'll even give you that. If he's in college for 3 years, he can make a roster. It is asinine that he is going to be in the NBA.
And he's going to be a target. I mean, that's what you're going to be a target. LeBron's putting a target on his back, and that's I just don't get it.
I'm just curious how it all plays out because, again, like everyone's saying, oh, the Lakers will draft them. But if you're before the Lakers, and let's say you're a team that has talent already, right? Why wouldn't you draft them and then just try to get LeBron? You're like, hey, we're hey, you want to play with his son? You got to sign the hot
take. I have a hot take. By the way, this Bronny couldn't make the Aces. Bronny would be the best player in the WNBA by a mile. We can.
Oh, come on. No.
All right. Oh, real quick. And he's not going to be here long, Gringo Billy, so stick around. Anthony Totri is coming to us live. Hold on. Let me add Anthony Totri. Hold on. Trying to do this on the fly. All right, here we go. Hello, Anthony Totri. How are you doing?
What's up, guys? What's up? How are we doing?
All right. We want to talk to you about ASU. Obviously, with ASU, the thing you've got to do, by the way, I love that makeshift background. It's very cool. But
we'll see what we can do.
Totri, you're excited about the Rossini hire. You wanted to, you were talking for months that this is going to happen. You wanted to promote from within. Tell us what Arizona fans should be worried about with the new Arizona State athletic director.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mike. I think, look, I think as it relates to Graham Rossini eventually being named the athletic director at ASU, from everything that I've heard, read, had conversations with people, it sounds like there is excitement that Graham Rossini as a person is going to get this opportunity. A guy that was a Sun Devil has had success in terms of raising money for the Arizona Diamondbacks, etc. However, there is still a lot of drawback simply because this was an internal hire. There wasn't a traditional search to go out and find an athletic director that was maybe a tad more qualified to have this position. So it seems like there are certainly some people that are split on Graham Rossini as the AD.
All right, Anthony Totri is head of the PHNX Sun Devils. By the way, are you guys having a show today or are you off for play day?
We have a pre-recorded show that we'll be on.
Okay. Yay or nay, right now, President Anthony Totri at the for Arizona State. Are you in on the hire, yay or nay? No middle ground, Anthony Totri.
I'm in. I'm in simply because he is a younger individual who, from what we've seen at Arizona State specifically, individuals that do have that bright, like just a younger vibe and personality to this whole thing. You can really liven up and energize, I think, the fan base. I think it's still, the jury's still out in terms of seeing what he can do from a raising money perspective. At least that's my 2 cents on the whole thing. He wasn't the candidate that I was, banging on the table for.
But you're signing off, Totri. We're giving you a chance right now to sit back and say, I did not sign off on this. You don't have to sign off on this, Totri.
I would have preferred somebody that wasn't already working with Michael Crow. So that's what I will say about it.
Do you think that if Michael Crow had his druthers, would Michael Crow have even hired an athletic director?
It's tough to say, man. It's tough to say. Michael Crow is he's the reason the university is what it is in terms of academics, but he's also the reason the university is what it is when it comes to athletics. I think it is pretty clear that this internal hire in the length of the entire search gives everybody a good idea that, Graham Rossini was Michael Crow's guy really the entire time. And if you're an ASU fan, as excited as you could be about at least having an athletic director, a younger one with more fresh ideas, at the end of the day, this is still Michael Crow's guy, which look at the last guy that was Michael Crow's guy. Didn't pan out too well.
All right. Totri, we got one. Totri's playing hurt, by the way. He's not feeling great today, so we gave Totri a lot of credit. One last question, Totri. If you're why would you fire Ray? Why'd you get rid of Ray Anderson then?
Why did we get rid of Ray Anderson?
Yeah.
I mean, which reason would you like to start with?
Well, but if you're just going to promote from within, why'd you get rid of him?
I mean, again, you're asking questions to I'm not the one making these decisions. For me, the entire process from start to finish doesn't make sense. The only thing that I can think about in terms of the why you would wait this long is maybe from a more general public perspective, you wanted to give the idea that you were doing a real thorough search. And there was discussion, I guess, about they wanted to change some policies that they had within the athletic department, whatever. It's total BS. Like,
Yes!
it doesn't take that
my
long.
Man, I knew you had it in you.
It doesn't take that long to do this. I mean, you saw Arizona, you saw Washington, you've seen schools all over the nation make athletic director hires and fires in a way sooner time frame. There's no reason that a Division I program should go 160 days without somebody at the helm of the athletic department, and that falls on Michael Crow.
Totri, you are a beast. We appreciate you. Everybody, make sure Totri, you guys are permanent now in the 2 p.m. slot. This is correct.
Yes, sir. 2 p.m. as always.
Join Erica L. Day and many others. I was in there as well. Yesterday, I was ignored everything that I asked. Anthony Totri ignored me. This is true, Anthony Totri. I did not appreciate this.
It is what it is, Mike. It is what it is.
All right, big dog. Appreciate you, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
Have a good one, guys.
All right, see ya. All right, now. Oh, real quick, we got to do a disclaimer because Jacob Franklin is hopping in very, very quickly. And then we're going to get to KJ Lewis because I have a beef to pick with Jason Shear and many, many other people. But first, the BetMGM Sportsbook app. Shear, you and I are both Jalen Brunson, very, very good basketball player. This is true.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, very, very good. And he is, I do not know why he's kind of not in that tier, but let's just say that you like the Knicks or you hate the Knicks. Either way, BetMGM Sportsbook is right where you are at. You're at there, Jason Shear.
Yeah, of course. I always root for the Knicks. All the money.
Here's the deal. Sign up for BetMGM. Use bonus code PHNX. Place your first BetMGM Sportsbook wager through the BetMGM Sportsbook mobile app for at least $10. You will receive up to $1,500 bonus bets if the bet loses. Check out the show notes for details. Let's hear from T-Mac denier Shane Diefenbach with the disclaimer.
Bets expire in 7 days. One new customer offer only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, North Carolina, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
All right, Jacob Franklin, you're dismissed. Shoo. Go have fun. I will take it from here. All right, KJ Lewis. I was thinking about something that you and I were talking about before. You think that KJ Lewis is going to average like 11 points per game. That's what you said, Shear.
Yeah, 12 points a game or so.
All right. KJ Lewis averaged 7 last year in 20 minutes per game. So let's say that he averages 30 minutes per game this year, which I think is fair.
Yeah.
So you don't think he's going to have any improvement, essentially? You think he's going to be the exact same player, essentially, from a points minutes perspective? That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Dude, 12
you
is
don't think
good.
He's going to improve at all.
12 points is good. What's wrong with 12 points?
You don't think that he's going to improve at all?
That's not what I said.
That's kind of what you said.
I'm going to look up the top scores in the Big 12.
Again, he averaged 7 points per game in 20 minutes last year. So
I'm going to look up.
I am saying 14.
So that's what we're arguing, one basket?
No, maybe 14 and a half. You said 11 originally, so.
No, I didn't. I said 12.
All right. Okay.
You're saying he's going to average 14 points a game, right?
I agree with Nicholas Ibarra. I'm going 14 to 15 per game. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That would mean in the Big 12, 15 points a game, you believe he will be a top 10 scorer in the Big 12.
I believe he's going to average 15 points per game.
I'm looking at the stats right now. 15 points puts him at number 10.
Fine. I just said it.
You think KJ Lewis is going to be top 10 in scoring in the entire Big 12?
I think he can average 15 points per game. Yes.
You are nuts. You're nuts.
I'm nuts. You've been a KJ denier from day one.
If KJ Lewis averages 15 points a game, Arizona's going to the Final Four.
What did Pella average this year?
Pella.
13?
No. Are you okay?
What did Pella average?
Pella averaged 13.
13. Are you okay? Yeah. Pella averaged 13.
12.8. Dude, I'm just saying, you think KJ Lewis, I want you to say on record, yes, I think KJ Lewis is a top 10 scorer in the Big 12.
Here's what I'm going to say right now. I will not fall into your quicksand trap, Jason Shearer. I am going to say that KJ Lewis is going to average between 14 and 15 per game, and he is going to be a top 15 NBA draft pick the following year. Boom.
Oh my gosh.
You have been a denier on KJ Lewis from day one.
Mike, you're saying he's going to be okay. So you think KJ Lewis is going to lead Arizona in scoring next year?
No, I didn't say that. I think he'll be second.
Do you think Arizona's going to have 2 top 10 scorers in the conference?
Why not? You have hated KJ Lewis from day one.
That's not true.
That is true.
Mike, 15 points is a lot.
You expected nothing from KJ Lewis, and you did not even you had him as a fringe top 100 player, Sheer.
Jacoby Walter averaged 14.5 points last year.
Who?
Jacoby, 14.5 points.
Yeah, why can't he do that?
Because Jacoby's better.
Well, but he's also going to be a year older than Jacoby.
We'll
yes,
see.
Exactly. Nicholas Ibarra, you are the man. I agree with you. Gringo Billy, you want to hop on here as
15 points puts him in the top 10 of the Big 12.
All right. I think that he is going to double his point outcome this year, and KJ is better than Pella. He is better than Pella. Joseph, you are the man. I will any of these points that you guys are disagreeing with me, I'm
just curious too. Give me KJ's stat line.
KJ's stat line next year.
Yeah.
All right. This is off the top of my head.
Okay.
31.5 minutes per game. And we're going to get to St. on here in a second. 14.4 points.
Okay.
5.8 rebounds. 2.6 assists.
You think KJ Lewis is going to be in the running for Big 12 Player of the Year?
I do not. No, I do not.
Come on, Mike, with that stat line. 14, 5, and 2. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm all for it. I'm the number one fan of that stat line.
Yes. Yes. I believe that he's going to be, and a top 15.
Tommy Walter averaged 14.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists.
Why can't he do that?
Okay, we'll see. Okay.
Why can't he do that?
I don't think he can.
You don't think he can because you hate KJ Lewis.
No, because you're talking about Caleb. So what do you think Caleb's stat line is going to be?
I think
Caleb and KJ are going to average the same amount of points?
I think Caleb. No, I think Caleb is going to not for a wing. Kobe, get out of here. I believe that Kobe. I believe Caleb. I believe Kobe Love. I believe Caleb Love is going to average 17 points per game this year. But my friends, listen to this. I think he's going to be more efficient. Here is my hot take. I believe he's going to average or shoot 45.5% from the field. Boom.
Okay. So you think KJ is going to get 15. Caleb's going to get 17. All right. One more. You ready? What is Townsend going to get?
And Townsend's going to get 13.
Okay. So you think Arizona is going to have 3 of the top 15 scorers in the league?
You tried pulling this stunt on me on Monday, and I did not take kindly to it. 60. You said, so you mean
I'm
to
just
tell
saying,
me?
yes.
Hold on. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You said last. I keep saying you said this. You said last show, Sheer, that that you're like, oh, so you think that the starters are going to average 65 points per game, and then you mocked me, not knowing that the starters averaged 69 points per game this past season. Sheer, come on.
Also, there's one big thing you're missing, and I think a lot of Arizona fans are missing.
The untrained eyes.
You are taking the Pac-12 defense and comparing it to Big 12 defense.
I get it.
Like, there's a reason why when you look at the Pac-12, right, and you look at the numbers, the leading scorer in the Pac-12 had 21, right? It was 21, 19, 19, 18, 18. That was the top 5, right?
Okay.
So the fifth leading scorer in the conference still averaged 17.5 points.
Okay.
Right? Kevin McCullough averaged 18 and led the entire conference. Hunter Dickinson was 17. Max Amos was 16.
Wait a second. So Kansas had 2 players in the top 2 in the scoring in the conference. How could that happen on the same team?
Yeah.
How could that happen, though? How is that possible?
What do you mean?
How is it possible? You just said, so you mean to tell me that Arizona is going to have 2 players in the top 10? Kansas had the top 2 scorers.
Yeah. I don't understand your argument.
Yeah. You said that it couldn't happen, and you tried mocking me to my
It
face.
won't happen in next year's Big 12.
Why can't he average what Jacoby Walter averaged?
Because Jacoby Walter's better.
Not as but it's also a freshman to a sophomore.
Jacoby Walter was a freshman last year.
Correct. KJ Lewis will be a
also. Jacoby Walter took 1 million shots per game.
All right, I'm going to sit here and say this is going to be for his.
Jacoby took 11 shots a game. Do you think KJ will get 11 shots a game?
I do.
Oh,
I think KJ is going to get 11 shots per game. I also think, and if he doesn't, he's going to get somewhere around 6 free throws per game as well. I am telling you. Let's see here. Oh, Eric L. Real quick on the smelly rainy shirts. Mike, I DM'd you an update on the shirts. Shirts will be shipped after the fundraiser closes on June 3rd. Okay, so we got a little bit of time, but let it marinate. Very, very much appreciate that. All right, KJ Lewis. But let's talk now about Joson Sanon. I would love Joson Sanon to come here. I think that it would be very, very good. But I do not understand. And again, Sheer, you're not one of these people, even though you don't like KJ Lewis. Why do people keep saying that KJ Lewis might not start next year if Sanon comes here? He is going to start.
I would be really surprised if KJ didn't start. And it wouldn't be a coaching thing. It would be a KJ thing similar to Pell, where they go to KJ and they go, look, man, like, are you willing to come off the bench and we'll still play you 25 minutes a game?
But
and
they
KJ
only did that with Pella because he was playing terribly.
They did that before the season.
No, Pella was starting, dude.
Yeah, I know, but they kind of discussed it before the season and all that. Like,
no, but he only went off the bench because he was playing terribly.
I know, but it was a conversation that they still had. Like, you have to have that conversation with KJ, is what I'm saying.
Right, but unless KJ Lewis is playing terribly, Pella Larson was not going to come off the bench unless he was playing terribly, which he was.
Yeah,
Come on, Sheer. That's a terrible point. Come on. I make terrible points all the time. I know it when I see it.
It's not a terrible point. Well, I'm agreeing with you. KJ's not coming off the bench unless they go to KJ and be like, hey, are you cool with possibly coming off the bench?
Yeah. Okay, fine. Now, let's talk about Sanon and all of this. You and I are pretty much in the same camp on this one. The one thing that I do not understand about all of this is everybody keeps talking about Sanon and Caleb Love. Totally get it. Totally understand. It's awesome that they talk. It's awesome they got along. Sanon never mentions KJ Lewis in all of this, though, as if it's some other position or some other. That to me is if Sanon had said, I talked with KJ Lewis, I talked with Caleb Love, we are all on the same page, then you really got my attention. There's never any mention of KJ Lewis.
Because Arizona sold him on the Caleb Love role. So in Sanon's mind, and again, I don't agree with this, you don't agree with this, whatever. In Satan's mind, the only guy he's competing with is Caleb Love. If Caleb Love doesn't come back, he's starting. If Caleb Love does come back, I mean, there's the camp saying some. I don't know. We'll see.
Is it fair to say that we are kind of you and I disagree on many things? You're wrong on many things, but is it fair to say we're kind of on the same page on this one?
Yeah, I mean, look, all respect to Sanon and all that, but I'm taking the full approach. I will believe it when I see it.
Yes, Nicholas Ibarra, I agree. I would love to be wrong on this. I would love for him to show up here, and I would be very, very excited if he did show up. But that's my point. KJ Lewis, y'all are sleeping on KJ. There are some out there that are not sleeping, but many, many are. Do not be one of those people. Also, I have an underrated Circle K that I went to yesterday. I believe it was on 29th and Craycroft. It's listen, that's, it's
that area.
What's that?
Why were you in that area?
Because when I go over to my parents' house on the east side, I hop onto Aviation and, but I had to get off because I was low on gas. So I get off 29th and Craycroft. I do believe that we'll get to Badger News in just a second, Clint. I do believe that, is a very underrated. It's a tough area or tougher area, obviously, but Circle K is in the best and the worst areas, but very nice gas pumps. And they have a very, very big gas like structure as well. I would highly recommend this if you are in the area. Sheer, do you know this is a Circle K I'm talking about?
I actually think I do, believe it or not.
It's on the east. It's on the southeast corner.
This is going to sound bad. Is it by that strip club?
Yes. Yeah. No, it's there. It's that one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know all the strip clubs in Tucson. So
Southeast corner. Oh, look at Brad Rich, by the way. But either way, though, Circle K, check it out. Become part of the Inner Circle today, my friends. Brad Rich, the great Brad Rich, just said that he has joined the Inner Circle. Join him in the Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit circlek.com for details. Okay, this is peak content. Zona Tucson 9-3. That will always be that's the apex for me.
They just released the USA under 18, the training roster. You know, Tommy's the head coach.
Yeah.
So they just released the players that he's working with.
Huh.
And there's quite a few that Arizona's recruiting. So that's good.
Let's talk. Let's hear him.
Hudson Greer.
Hey, is he in a new school?
Yeah, he's at Mount Verde. I asked if that's going to impact anything, and the answer I got was, who knows?
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't think it will, but
what else?
You never know.
Who else we got?
So Hudson Greer's a big one. The House twins were invited to the training camp.
Mm-hmm.
They're at. Did you see they switch schools too?
Where are they at now?
Compass.
Interesting. All right, fair enough.
And then Xavier Staton, which is a name that I think Arizona fans need to start knowing. He's 2025 center. He's probably going to take an official visit here late June. He's like 6'11", super athlete, raw, but he's the guy that I actually think Arizona has a really good chance of landing.
Is Jaden Quaintance on this team?
Yeah, he is.
We will not play him.
That'd be so funny if Tommy just cut him.
That would be awesome. Yeah, we do not need you. All right, let's talk some weekend visitors. Elijah Badger. I do not have any information on Elijah Badger other than I believe it's Arizona and Florida. I will believe that it is any other school when I see it. Kobe Thiel keeps trying to tell people that he's going to Washington. I do not see that. Kobe Thiel is wrong.
I actually would say I don't want to go crazy here. I think Arizona is in a legitimate position here. I want to be very clear. There's a real chance Arizona gets Elijah Badger.
There is a very real chance that Arizona gets Elijah Badger. We were telling you that before any of this even occurred. Arizona has a very real chance.
And I will say this in terms of visitors. I don't want to make the names public. I know that sucks. I'm sorry. We have some of them on the message board. Arizona's going to have a really nice visitor weekend. And I expect multiple commitments this weekend.
All right, now, let's talk about somebody that you have a very big love-hate relationship with, who actually hates you, but now he likes you again. He followed you, unfollowed you, and then he is now following you again.
Yeah.
We still have no clue how this guy is eligible, but he is eligible, so we'll take it.
Yeah, I would say he's back in the fold. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt is back in the fold. Look, Arizona, I would say that we're going to know a lot more about the running backs by the end of the weekend. I believe there's multiple running backs visiting this weekend. There's some moving parts there. Riscano's visiting this weekend. Isaiah Auguste from Arkansas might visit. Ja'Cory could visit. I don't know about that one. But I believe there's going to be a lot more answers with running backs by the end of the weekend. I am still adamant. I am adamant here, Mike, that I know Arizona fans are freaking out. This coaching staff is going to end the portal class a lot better than people think.
You're calling it right now, Sheer. This is the gauntlet. This is a timestamp. Erica Elday. Write down this timestamp. Go ahead. Sorry, Sheer.
Write down this timestamp, Erica. Also, how many games are in a WNBA season? Because Erica needs to pace herself. She was out of control last night.
I think we discovered this yesterday. There's only 32.
I mean, she was out of control, and it was the season opener.
Exactly. She doesn't even allow. I thought she's not even a Merck fan.
Yeah, I mean, it was embarrassing.
Yeah, all right. But either way, we like Erica Elday. She does very, very good work. And to quote Christopher, you're allowed to use the public restrooms. I do not want any of those texts ever again, period, point blank. Now, we are let's talk about the Arkansas take. That is sounds like he was hanging out with Julius.
Isaiah Auguste. Yeah, he's good. He's legit. He actually got carries last year. I would take him in a heartbeat. It's funny. Arizona is going to lost Jordan Washington. And we'll upgrade the room.
You know what's also funny about it is Jordan Washington. I don't understand why they do this, but Jordan Washington is going to a place where he has less of a chance of playing.
I'm sure Jordan Washington's a fine kid. I'm sure Kevin Green's a fine family. I like Kevin Green and his family. And this isn't just to them. There's a lot of dudes in the portal buying whatever a coaching staff is selling.
I just don't get
without
it.
actually looking at the situation, right? Like, take a look. Sure, you're going to get a little bit more money, but the real money is being drafted by the NFL. And if you're not playing, you're not getting drafted by the NFL.
And that's still where I don't get is that Jed, listen, with all due respect, and I'm not going to name any names here, but there were certain times that hold on, Eric L. Hold on, this is very good, by the way. Eric L., which is by the way, let's see here. I confirm that I can end. This is the sales of the Smelly Rainy Seattle shirts. Hold on just a second. This is top priority. I messaged Sheer about this the other day, and I said, dude, we've sold enough. And he just says, thank God. And very funny. Sheer bought one as well. Price Sock's a bigger turd. Yes. I confirm that I can end it anytime since we've reached the minimum. Let me know. Once it's ended, the shirts will arrive within 12 days. Very specific time. I am going to put this to a Twitter poll. Do we want to keep the shirts active and in sale until the 30th, or do we want them cut now so that we can get them shipped out? What say you, Sheer?
If I cut them now and get it shipped out, how long will it take?
If you would have the shirt within 12 days.
Okay, so I'm going on vacation, a mini vacation to San Diego, and we're going to Disneyland one day, and I'm leaving May 28th. If I have the shirt before then, I will wear that shirt in another state and rep. So if I can get it by then, I say cut it now. If not, I'm good.
Okay, now that's what I'm going to put this to a poll, but I think the 12 days is good because enough people know about this that if you want in on this, and if not, if there's a late rush, we can always reopen this at some other point. Now if
I wore that shirt at Disneyland, I would pick fights, it could be worth it.
Right. Yes. Let's see here. Mike is going to pull a Price Lock. No, I thought Price Lock was a turd. I thought that was one of the worst things that I have ever seen. That was 22 people, Erica L. Day, if I'm not mistaken. 22 people. Erica L. Day is one of these folks. All right. But Arizona running backs are going to be very, very good with the Washington thing. I don't quite really get why players that didn't play at Arizona would believe they are going to play at Washington. There is a player that started at Arizona this year, or didn't start, but played a ton of minutes, and he's going to Washington, and he's redshirting. I do not get it, but whatever. That's all. All right. Now, Sheer, you'll be back on Friday. We're going to put the poll out, but I do believe that we should. I'm probably going to go with the 12 days, but I am going to let the people decide. I'm very excited about these shirts, though. We also have a very, very high-ranking person up at the U of A that ordered one of these shirts. Very, very high-ranking up at the U of A as well. So the tentacles here reach everywhere, Jason Sheer.
Wow. That's a big one.
All right. On that note, though, before we sign off, we've done a lot of really bad work today. Appreciate you all. But Jason Sheer, Gringo Billy was the first one. Very, very true. All right. Sheer, where can they find you?
WildcatAuthority.com, Wildcat Scoop Podcast with Shelby, and at Jason Sheer on Twitter. And then Friday, chaperoning with Mike, the date between Kobe and Erica.
Oh, very excited about this. These two lovebirds are going to be seen out in public together. It's going to be fantastic. I will be there as well. Can we get Cora back the AI patch? That would be sick.
That would be sick. She has a vet appointment later today. So we'll hopefully that as well.
All right. Well, Ted Wardo is very much keeping her in your thoughts and prayers, as we all should. All right. On that note, though, Sheer will be back on Friday. I will be at the game. Sheer and I will be at the game, signing autographs, hanging out with the kids, hanging out with the common folk. But appreciate you all. You're all smarter than me, and I have timestamps on all you KJ Lewis deniers, including you, Jason Sheer. Come back with us. You have been listening to the AC Wildcats podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.